Hello everyone and welcome to today's video where I will be answering your questions that you left for me on my 1000 subscriber video. So I asked for any questions you would like me to answer in my next video and I think I've answered everyone's. If I missed yours out, it was completely an accident. I have not on purposely left out anyone, so I'm really sorry if I maybe just missed your comment. I hope that even if anyone's comments were missed, I hope your questions are still answered in this video. I'm also going to be training Sunny Bee, your big warm blood that you can buy in Epona in case you want to know. So we'll start off with Lucy's comment. They asked, first, when did you start playing Star Stable? I started playing when I first got a laptop, which was I think almost 2 years ago now. I think I started playing in December of 2019. Next, my favourite horse. My favourite horse that I own on Star Stables currently is Sunpearl. You would recognise her from being the star of The Glory of Sunlight, one of my movies. She's in Lusitano, you can get off the app. Do I ride in real life? Yes, I think I've been riding for about 3 years now, around 3 years. Definitely not much of a pro though, I don't think I'm gonna become a professional horse rider in the future or anything, but I just do it for fun. I am currently on level 19 and I'm on the server Candy Cove, which is a UK server. Have I ever thought of a face reveal? Definitely not for a good few years if I'm still on YouTube then. Next we have Ruth Fahy. So they ask, what's my least favourite horse in real life? I don't think I have a least favourite horse breed in real life. To be honest, I don't really know many, but I wouldn't say I have a least favourite in any way. Don't think I really know much about each breed to really be able to distinguish. Favourite character in Star Stables? I'm guessing you mean NPCs. My favourite horse in real life would probably be the Arabian. I just think they're really distinctive with their curved face and I just find them really pretty. My least favourite horse in Star Stables? Out of the ones I own, probably Ash Dancer, my Generation 1 Irish cob. I don't know, I think it's because he was one of the first horses I bought. I didn't understand that he was less updated than all the others, so I never literally ride him. I don't like the curly horse's gallop, but I like all the rest of them, but the gallop is horrific. Andy Darkfall asks, what made me start doing movies of Star Stables? I've always enjoyed making up stories and editing, and so I think I just kind of put the two together just to make movies. Of course I got inspired by other people on YouTube. And I love having characters and developing characters and having a plot. I don't know, it's just all the things I enjoy put into one, just filming and editing it and creating the storyline. I just love all of it. As for why I started a YouTube channel, I think because I started it in lockdown, I can't exactly remember what was going through my head, but I think I was kind of getting a bit bored of Star Stables. It was at the time where I was kind of finishing all my quests and I was running out of things to really do. And I had a couple of friends, I think, who had talked about having YouTube channels, so I decided to just give it a go and just tried to use the software and I kind of just started making videos. I know that's not the best explanation, but it's kind of how it happened. So next, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this user's username, but they asked, what's my favourite real-life horse breed, colour and horse name? So my favourite real-life horse breed I said was the Arabian. Colouring for real-life horses, I've always liked the duns and buckskins, but I really like dappled grey, I think. I just find it really beautiful. As for horse name, if I had a horse, I think it would depend what the colour is to what I would name it. If I had a black horse, I wouldn't call it Snowflake or something like that. Okay, so Blake Mighty Love asks, what was my favourite series/movie that I created and filmed? Now, I cannot decide between two, so I really like Ranger. I feel like that was my biggest project and I love doing the voiceovers for it. But I also, for story-wise, I love A Light Beyond the Storm. I just love all the characters, and although it's not my best done movie, because I wasn't I hadn't really practiced editing much, it was kind of my first try or something like this, I would love to remake it sometimes in the future because I just love all the characters and I just really enjoyed making it. Sunshine and Rainbows asks, how do I come up with ideas for my movies? So when I'm thinking of how to make a movie, I don't know, it kind of comes to me as one idea at a time. So, for example, I'll give some examples. The Glory of Sunlight, the first thing that came to me was just the name. One day I just randomly thought of the name and I thought, I really want to make a movie called The Glory of Sunlight. And I had no idea what was going to happen in it. I just knew I really wanted to make something called that. So I just decided to build the whole story around that one idea I had. And with Sandy and Storm, I just bought these 2 horses and I thought, I want to make a movie about these 2. So I think I kind of have one idea just out of nowhere, then I just start to build on that one idea, and I think you should only start making a movie when you have inspiration. Don't push yourself into doing something which you have no inspiration or ideas for, because it won't turn out as good as when you actually have a real motivation and an idea at the core of it. I have about 50 unfinished movies just lying around in my files taking up space, which I just have never really got around to finishing just because I have no inspiration or ideas for them, and I just started because I thought I should make one, but I've realised now I should only start if I really am enjoying what I'm making, otherwise it just turns out a bit dull. Who is my favourite character from my movies? Definitely Rosemary, who's in the Light Beyond the Storm and A World Beyond the Hills, my first 2 series, because she's just, I don't know, she stands up for herself and she will not take any nonsense from anyone. She knows what's going on, you know, but deep down she does care for her friends and she does like Sierra in the end and warm to both of them, so I don't know, I just really like her as a character. I think I've already answered the next one, and how do I plan/prepare for my movies? I think I'm going to make a separate video on that at some point, because I don't want to make this video too long. So yeah, I think I'll answer that next question in another video. Well, Cathy Gamba asks, what is my new goal on Star Stables? I'm guessing that means what I'm aiming to achieve on it. I want to be level 20, I feel like that's a big step up from being in the teen kind of levels. I don't know, I've just always wanted to reach level 20. Whippet God asks, what's my favourite horse in Star Stables? I said it was the Lusitano. If you were a horse, what would you name it in real life? I think I answered that one. I think I said it depends on the colour of the horse. What pets do you have, if I have them? In real life, I have a dog and 2 guinea pigs, and in Star Stables, I have a variety of random stuff I get from codes, to be honest. I don't really remember, because I don't really use pets much. And what's my favourite place in Star Stables? Dundalk, I just spend a lot of time in because I film quite a lot there. For some reason I always just tend to film around there, especially because I had Ranger recently. So Dundalk's probably one of my favourites, but I have to say I just love the Wild Woods, the part where all the wild horses are, they give you quests. I don't know, that's just a really cool place. Pony Crazy asks, do I ride in real life? I answered that one. I think I said yeah for a few years now. Do you have any Star Stable accounts? I do have another account, which I have not been on for ages because I don't have 2 computers, but it's on the same server as me, so I can't go on both of them at the same time because I don't have 2 working computers right now. But I will use her to be in other videos soon when I have 2 working laptops, so I can have both of me on at the same time to use in a movie. My favourite map, I'm guessing that means part of the map, which is probably the Wild Woods. And what's my favourite event in Star Stables? That's a tough one. I do love the open house because I love seeing all the new limited edition horses, which is really nice, but I think my favourite will probably have to be the Christmas event. Oh, I think the open house and Christmas event will have to draw because I just love them both. They bring cool new horses and it's just really fun. I don't know, I like them both. So, Everything Eventing asks, what's a breed of horse you want Star Stables to add? It's not so much a breed I want them to add. I'd like Star Stables to add a breeding feature where 2 horses you own, or maybe your horse and a friend's horse, or a club or group member's horse could breed and have a foal, and it would kind of correspond with the parents' coat colours, and you could kind of have a bit of a mongrel horse. I don't know, not a specific breed, but I just think that'd be really fun, getting the colourings you like, and it would be a few star coins, but not as expensive as buying a new horse. I just think that'd be really fun. I think I've kind of answered the other 2 questions, but I'm glad you asked the first one. Ida Dovetalon asks if I have a favourite out of all my series and movies. I think I said it was either Ranger or Light Beyond the Storm. And she says, I just wanted to read this bit out, that her favourite film I made was The Glory of Sunlight, but she doesn't think it needs a part 2. And I'm really glad I think a couple of people feel this way. I was not planning on making a part 2 of The Glory of Sunlight. I think I liked the ending, kind of unfinished, but you know it's going to be a happy ending from what you see, so yeah. So Phoenix Fullheart asks, what's my favourite update in Star Stables? I really don't know. I haven't been playing for a very long time. I'm not an original player, so I haven't really experienced too many of the updates. But my favourite updates are probably a new area update when they either make an area more updated or they like add a new area, because that's just the most exciting, I think. My favourite magic horse is probably, well, you all know I like the Petra probably because I'm going to use him a lot in my Ranger movies. But my favourite is probably my Ayla, which I bought last year when they first came out, and I've maxed, one of my very few maxed horses. Why are my vids so good? Pure raw talent, no, I'm joking. And how long have I had my Star Stables account? About maybe, yeah, I think I said 2 years, 2 and a bit years. Leisha Laxton asks, when am I doing another Rangers episode? I am obviously planning on, because, yeah, I put it on my community page if anyone wants to go look at the sort of planned thumbnail. I don't know if it's going to change or not. I think it'll be released because I have school coming soon. I might be a bit more delayed, so in about a couple of weeks or maybe 3 weeks time, but I'll get out as soon as I can. I'm going to start filming very soon. I like Stephanie Starweb's question asking me how I decide how many episodes a series is going to get, or how the plotline's going to be. So, or if I just make it up as I go along. So I do always have the full story sort of pretty well planned out before I start filming, which I do go off the storyline sometimes, but only slightly. I always get back to the main idea at the end. But how I decide what episodes there will be, I always count how many like climaxes there are in stories, because I want each episode to end on a cliffhanger. So the amount, I sort of section it up into time kind of chunks, because I want all episodes to be kind of the same length. And then I kind of see where the climaxes are and where I can end each one, leaving people wanting to know what happens next, because that makes people watch more. Do I make my plotline up on the go? In A Light Beyond the Storm and A World Beyond the Hills, I was making it up as I went along. I had ideas that I knew I needed some things to happen, like Rocco needed to come to the camp and find Sierra, and of course Sierra and Leia were going to end up together in the end, you know, all that kind of stuff. But really, I made the entire thing up as I went along with the rest of it, and I edited. As I put the words in, I was making the words up in my head. More recently, I've been planning out a story and writing up more scripts so I don't fly off into some random unneeded conversation, because although I do get carried away quite a lot in my movies and make them a bit longer than they could be, I do try and stick to a basic script so I don't bore you all by chatting on for ages. And Amanda Van Hemmen, sorry, I only saw this comment a bit later on, so I may have answered both these questions, but I can say them again. Do you have a pet in real life? I have a dog and 2 guinea pigs. And what is my inspiration for my Star Stables movies? Just about anything. If anything inspires you, I recommend you to just go with it, because if something just naturally comes to your head, it's best not to just let that inspiration go. When I get any inspiration at all, I just quickly get up to my room and start trying to film as soon as possible before I lose it. It's really good if you can just get inspiration from anything. So thank you all so much for sending in your questions. I really enjoyed answering them all, and I hope all your questions were answered and everything you wanted to know. I feel like I rambled a bit in this video, like I went on too long, so I hope it wasn't boring or anything. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Thanks again for 1,000 subscribers. Bye!